Okay, I'm back for video 2. Off camera, I took this one apart and I polished it out with the flits. You can see on this one, I started that too. The problem now we have is that the original rubbers, the mica fits in there. So this is the rubber, the mica fits in here like this. And sometimes, a lot of times, this sticks. So you need your X-Acto knife. You take the main body, you stick your X-Acto knife in between the rubber and the body, and you cut by turning the blade a little to the outside. So you're cutting outside. And you drag this around like this, and that'll cut it off and it'll pop out. So after I got the micas out, I took the flits and I put it on a flat surface and I polished this all off because we have to get rid of the old beeswax that they used, and you want to clean it up. And if you can look here, you can see the one on the bottom hasn't been cleaned and the one on the top has been cleaned. And that works very well. The other problem is there's a pin here, and this hooks in to the U-shaped part of the tone arm in that little L slot. Well, this one, the pin was missing. It had broken off some time ago. So to get this out, that's been in here 100 years or more, I gently drilled all the way around, step drilling, drill, 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 drill. And I used a drill that was smaller than the outside here and the inside. And I use a variable speed drill, and I'm going about that fast all the time. Once you've drilled it all the way around, you need to come in at a 45-degree angle and drill it, and it'll pop out. But before drilling on these, remember this, before drilling, there are 2 holes, one here and one here. And these are brass set screws. These need to come out first before you drill. And I'm mentioning this now, before you drill it out. After you've drilled it out, you will hit the bottom here. You'll feel the drill hit because you got to get down through. There's a flange on this, and you can see here where I've gone through this flange. And after you do that, you can get online and you can find new one of these from Photograph Supply Guys. I use Wyatt's Musical Americana, and you can look him up online. The guy's name is Wayne. I have no connection with his business at all, but I've been buying parts from him for years. He's in California. The next thing, the needle bars. This needle bar is totally rusted out. It's all rusted here because I live in the South. And this will affect the sound. You'll need to use sandpaper, or if you have a Dremel drill with a little wire brush on it, you can clean all this off. But all this rust needs to be removed to make the reproducer sound well, because this will affect the sound. I've cleaned this one up. I do this on all rebuilds. I clean those needle bars up. The last trick is on the needle bars. We have a screw here, and we have this circly spring. Well, I have a brass piece here. I have a steel spring. guess what happens with the rust? The rust happens inside the screw. So what I do is I mount this gently into my vise, and I take my needle nose pliers, and right there you can see the screw hole. I gently grab these and turn them like that. You can see here, I turn it a little, and once it breaks loose, I use a screwdriver to get them out. You need to put in new gaskets. On any rebuild, if you're doing an exhibition reproducer, you'll use the white gasket material. The trick is this. A number 2 uses the red gasket material. An exhibition uses the white material. What you want to do is put the material in the reproducer like this. This one's a little short because it was just a piece I had. What I do is, when they connect down here, because an exhibition is smaller, I overlap them just a little, right? And cut it off and press this in. I make sure that this is pushing in this white rubber. That way it keeps it in place on the reproducer and helps for air leaks. And that's my tip for the day.